Hello and welcome to the show. Later on today we are going to be joined by Becky James, who has a fantastic project to show us. She is going to create a mini album with one sheet of 12 by 12 paper, which is really exciting. Katie, I wanted to show you these because I had the pleasure of talking to a lady called Louise Collins very recently, and she sent in some of these projects that she made using the Chronology range.
These are fantastic, aren't they?
Aren't they wonderful? I really had to show you.
I really love how here she's used the negative effect using the cogs dies,
yes,
the X-cut dies there, and she's accented it with the beautiful Chronology metalwork as well.
It works really well, doesn't it?
They're fantastic.
Because I find that with the Chronology range, it's so much fun using it, but it's quite difficult on how to figure out how to use all the embellishments well together with all the papers.
Definitely, and I mean, Louise has packed in loads of technique and lots of fabulous product as well, but it still has a really clean look to it. Obviously a distressed sort of grungy look, but definitely a really clean and simple style as well. So I really love her style.
So this is a mini album.
Yeah. She's using corrugated cardboard there as the background for a mini album.
That's great beautiful for recycling, isn't it? Upcycling or whatever. Yeah. So she's added little embellishments, the little key on there as well.
It's great for boys' projects as well, mail cards for any occasion, really.
This would be so perfect from doing your Father's Day cards, wouldn't
fantastic. I really like how she's included acetate as well.
Yes.
Adds a real sort of dimension to the project.
Totally
Brilliant.
love that.
Love your projects, Louise. Thank you.
So should we bring Becky in to today's show?
Yes.
Come on over, Becky.
Hello. Hi, ladies. It's lovely to be here with you today.
Thanks for joining us.
That's great. No, it's lovely to be here. What we're going to make today is this little mini book. It's perfect for sort of scrapping on the go. There's lots of little pockets in it where you can hide things and pop tickets and things like that. And it's all made with one sheet of paper.
Can't wait
and
to
then
see
you
it.
go on and you embellish it. So I'm going to show you how to make the book, how to seal it all up, and then how to attach this really funky little fastener that we've got with the all aboard range.
So if I leave you both to it then, and then
Great.
you can get started.
That's it.
Thank you.
Right, so I've got my 12 by 12 piece of paper here.
Brilliant.
I'm actually getting, because I want the pattern to be on the outside, so if you're working with double-sided paper, what you're going to do is flip over onto the side that you want to be inside the book, the one that's not good, the side that's not going to show. So we're going to do that first. It's so easy, don't even need to measure with this.
Oh, that's my sort of project.
So what we're going to do, first of all, fold the paper in half one way. You do need to try and be quite accurate when you're doing this, because otherwise the book won't sort of all fold together properly. But it's, you know, just make sure your lines are sort of lining up on either side and that sort of thing. And you're going to do exactly the same from the other side. So you're going to end up with like a great big cross.
Folding into quarters.
Yeah, in the centre of your paper. Right then. Now, from there, I'm going to flip the paper over because it makes, when we're going to make a little slit in a minute in the paper, and when you fold it all up, it makes it a little bit easier. But if you don't panic about it, because you can always sort of push things in against the folds and that sort of thing. But I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to go from one side into the centre fold that we've made. And we're going to do exactly the same from the other side. I'm just going to turn that around because being right-handed, that works better for me. So we're going to make a slit in the paper, which is going to allow us to push it all together.
Okay.
And what you need to do is, you notice I only folded it in from the edges on from one direction. And that leaves me with 3 scores down one side and 1 score across the centre. Okay. Now, working across the one centre score, what I like to do is I like to make a little mark, and it's going to be at the intersection between that one centre and the external fold that we created when we folded everything into the centre, and the opposite one of those. So I'm just going to make a mark like that. You don't have to, nobody's going to see it though, and it makes it easier when I'm trying to line things up.
A bunch of rulers on there makes it a bit easier,
absolutely. So we're going to pop the ruler there so that I can just see, and I'm going to get my craft knife. And basically, I'm going to cut a slit between those 2 dots. Not any further, just between those 2 dots. And when you turn that up and fold it, fold it in like that. There is your little book.
You can see straight away.
Straight away.
You've got your little book.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Obviously, what we don't want is sort of edges. We want to make pockets, so we want to close up some of these edges. And that is really easy to do. Now, what I've done in mine is I've actually covered all the edges so that it kind of carries the theme all the way around. All the sides are covered with the pattern craft tape, which is I'm going to use.
This is one of my new favourite. I think it is my favourite product. These are fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah, we've talked about these a lot, haven't we, back at head office,
so
saying how much we love them.
Beautiful.
One of the things, of course, now I'm going to show you how easy it is to use, and one of the things that's ideal about this is it's repositionable. So if you don't get it in the right place first time round, you don't have to worry. So let's start with this longer edge here, and I need to seal this up. Otherwise, my things are going. Everything I pop in my pocket is going to.
Bits falling off, do we?
No, absolutely not. So all I'm going to do, line that up on the edge there, and I'm going to get my scissors. Just nip a bit out there. We'll just take that bit off the edge there. I love as well that it's tearable. So you know, if you want to just stick something straight into your little book, you can use it for that.
Oh, we appear to have a question from a lovely viewer.
Excellent.
Okay, so while you're just popping that down, right, we've had a question from Renee in Wolverhampton, and she says she doesn't ever know how to use really patterned papers. They really scare me. Help. So
don't be scared. That's the first thing. No.
So you've used quite a pattern paper on here. So,
I have.
So what are your top tips, Becky, for getting the most of those?
I mean, I understand, you know, sometimes you can see something and maybe it's not quite your thing. It's a bit bright, a bit bold and that sort of thing. But, you know, little projects like this, first of all, are perfect for that because you're going to cover it all up. So you're only going to see the background. So you're just going to get little hints of it. But the other thing is, you know, they don't become so scary when you cut them up.
Definitely.
I know a lot of ladies out there, they have real problems with cutting into their 12 by 12 papers. And again, I remember many years ago, we had this conversation as well. And you said to me, the thing is, when they're cut up, they're made to do what they're meant to do.
Definitely.
They look much better. And those patterns which can look a bit scary then, when they're cut up, maybe put as patchwork or layered on top of each other, they don't look really scary anymore, do they?
Talking about not wanting to cut your papers as well, another reason I really love scrapbooking is that I don't have to give anything away.
No,
I can keep all my beautiful papers and I've got them forever.
Exactly.
So I can be as haphazard as I like using them.
Absolutely. It's perfect, you know, to use your scrapbooking for those sort of things. But yeah, really just cut into them. Have a go with them, and you'll suddenly find that things just all sort of seem to fit into place.
Yeah, layering them all up and mixing them up definitely works a treat, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So having done that, I mean, there's your book really, and you can see obviously I've left little bits out, but it's very simple. You just do that, seal up all your edges. You obviously don't want to seal the top ones because that's where you're going to have your little pockets.
Of course, yeah.
So the second little thing I'm going to show you, just so that you see how this project goes together, is using the new All Aboard Baker's Twine. I love it in these airmail colours.
Baker's Twine is fantastic generally, isn't it? But this airmail is just stunning.
It is. It's really bright, vivid, isn't it?
It's fantastic. Perfect. Really sort of retro as well.
Yes.
So it's, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do. I really love that. And these are little fasteners. They remind me of like old document folders and stuff like that. Very sort of vintage and sort of. To me, I think these are fabulous. I'm addicted to these now. I want them on all my projects.
Use them on everything.
You know? Yeah, absolutely.
They'd be really good for closing journaling pockets on regular pages as well, or just as a little accent on your cards.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, something like this would go perfect on the little book that Louise made that you showed earlier on.
Yes, definitely, just to keep it all secure, yeah.
Absolutely. So they're actually double-sided, so you just take the backing off.
They come with a little foam pad
as well, yeah. So all we're going to do is stick that down, and then I'm going to cut. I always over egg it when I cut things like this, and there is loads of it on here, so you don't need to.
Yeah, don't worry too much.
So don't worry about that. And all we're going to do is, I'll do it on here. It's a great tip if you want to keep it in place, just to tie it. Oh, let's hold that in place with a little knot round the one side, and that will make sure it doesn't come off the one side. And then all you do is just wrap it round.
That's fantastic.
And wrap it round as many times as you want, really. And then there you go. That's
fantastic.
It. And that really will be the basis of your finished book.
Now, if you're a Creativity Club member, you can get full step-by-step instructions for making this project, all the decoration and so on as well. And you can find that in the Creativity Club. But until next time, happy crafting.